I built an agency from $0 to $1 million, and I'm going to do it all over again, starting back from zero. All right, it's day 2, and today we're just going to do some outreach for ourselves to try to get some clients in the door. Cold outreach through email and through SMS. I'm going to show the entire process from beginning to end, so that hopefully you get some value. Anyways, let's get right into it. So I want to target software companies. I picked software companies, I don't know, just because I thought it would be a good idea. And I haven't really worked with a ton of software companies, but the ones I have worked with, I did get really good results for. And I think I want to do a free trial script. This script right here got me a 4% positive reply rate, which is pretty good. We're going to start from the very beginning, which is just scraping a lead list. Let's go. I'm going to use coldinfo.com because you get 10,000 leads for completely free. So if you want to get a ton of leads for free, you can use this right now. I'm going to start, maybe I'm going to try to build out a email campaign first. So I want to get owners and founders of CEOs of software companies. So I'm going to use a business email database. The only thing with this database, it doesn't have like the category or the industry that these people are in, but it has the company name. And usually if it's a software company, usually the company name ends with a .ai or .io or just has the keyword software in there somewhere. So I'm going to go to filters and we have company name here. I'm going to change that to .ai, .io, 100,000 contacts. Okay, there's probably not 100,000 AI companies. Let's see. Yeah, this is the problem. Company name contains the word campaign. Yeah, not what we're looking for. Saint. Yeah, no. I think the better idea would be to scrape from LinkedIn. So let's just go to LinkedIn. We're going to do search.io or .ai or software. And so we do capital OR to separate the searches. Owner or founder or CEO or chief executive officer. We'll just start with like weird states. I'm going to do Ohio, start with that. And we're going to start scraping. What I'm going to do first though, is I'm going to also open this up in a different browser. So I'm going to export this, use a Chrome extension to export the leads. And then I'm going to open up Microsoft Edge and do the exact same thing. So I'm going to have 2 searches running at once, but I'm going to change it to a different state. So I'm going to do Tennessee, 2,400 results there. I'm going to export again. And then now we have 2 running at the same time. And so a regular LinkedIn search only lets you scrape about 1,000 at a time. So we're going to scrape the 1,000 and then move on to a different state. Let's say we'll scrape 4,000 people total. Out of those 4,000, it'll probably find 2,000 emails. Out of those 2,000, maybe 1,000 are valid emails. Okay, we scraped a few thousand. What I have to do is there's several files that I had to download. And these files that you're downloading, they don't have like the leads in there already. They don't have the emails and phone numbers. It's just a LinkedIn link and that person's name and everything. So we have to enrich the file first before we can actually send anything to anybody. So what we do is we can just upload it to Cold Info. We click enrich, choose a CSV file, and go from there. And then you choose a CSV file. Now, the only thing is we can't really open multiple CSV files, so I want to merge them all into one CSV file so that we don't have to do this one by one. So to do that, what I do is just look up CSV merge on Google, and then there's a merging app here that you can just take all the files we want, drag and drop it right there, and it'll just merge it all together for us. We have a whole bunch of LinkedIn profiles. Let's see how many total. I have 6,150, and you can't see that. 6,150 total. And I'm going to now upload this to Cold Info, and we're going to see how many total results we can get or how many match. And out of the 6,000, it found 2,600, less than I thought it would, but that's pretty good. We're going to click go here, and it's going to save it as a CSV file for us. Go to my exports, and then I can see it in here, enriched file. Cool. I'm going to download it, and we're going to see what it looks like. All right, so now we need to just verify them first. So I'm going to use a tool, bounceban.com. I don't know, I think I started using this one because it was a little cheaper per search, and it also verifies if it's a catch-all email, it'll still verify it for you. So catch-all, a lot of other tools like Reune Email Verifier, if it's a catch-all email, it'll just say catch-all, and so you don't know whether or not it's actually a valid email or not. And so some other tools will actually verify catch-all emails. It's a little more expensive to do it that way, but you just get way more data out of it. So upload this file real quick. We found the email, personal email, and then we're just going to create task. This usually takes a little while to do. Okay, the emails are finally done verifying. It was only 36% of them are valid, so it's 537 emails. Depends on where you get the lead list, obviously. So I noticed that the business email database, even though it has better emails, usually less of them are valid. That's just because obviously it's more of a business email like the companyname.com, but people change companies more often. And then like this one, I got a pet grooming list that has 85% valid rate, but that was from like Google Maps. Basically, it's scraping from there. And that's a lot of Gmail emails, and people don't really change those or delete those very often. So you have to keep that in mind. But we're just going to go into this, export it, and download. Okay, now we want to start a campaign. I'm just going to create new. This is instantly. Had a whole bunch of accounts that I already bought. I know, again, we're starting from 0, but I already bought these and I need to use them, and I'm not really using them. And I spent a lot of money on them. So I just want to use them. If they don't work or whatever, and if I can't make money from this, then I'll just cancel them and we won't pay for them next month. But we're going to call this, I like to do what the industry is, what the offer is, and then also where I got the list. So I got the list from business email, so biz email database. So there we go. All right, that's what it's going to be. Continue, and then leads. Add the leads in here. CSV file. Subject. I've been doing requests, and it's been working pretty well. So we can do request, and I like to do lowercase so it looks like it's an actual person reaching out, and it's not automated as much. I'm going to go find my script that I created instantly. I usually try not to have a long email because when people open their phone, they can read the entire email. Like they click on the email, they can read it all. They don't have to scroll down, read it. But I also like to space it out because if it's too jumbled up together, it looks a little harder to read. So if we space it out, it's a little easier to read and it's easier on the eyes. Hey, first name, we're obviously going to change that to the variable, which is first name variable. With these emails also, they're like random names like Iris or Emma or James or whatever. And so I like to just mention, hey, me and my partner are testing something. So I'll say I'm testing something with my partner. And if it works, maybe we can work together long term. Okay, I think this looks good. Maybe a follow-up email, sure, why not? Follow-up email and save, and we'll go to schedule. I like to do Monday through Saturday, even though a lot of people they'll have the I'm out of office Saturday, but why not? And 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., sure. I also like to do even later because people, if I do till like 8 p.m. and I send someone an email at 8 p.m., usually they'll check it in the morning at 9 a.m. and then they'll see it like, first thing in the morning, they'll see it in their inbox, which is cool. All right, save. We got like 200 email accounts in here. If you need an email campaign, I will do an email campaign for not that expensive. Like I said, like $900 a month, and I'll send 1,000 emails per day. I'm not really making any money off of this deal, but I just don't want to lose money because I spent a lot of money on these accounts. Cool. So if you're interested in that, reach out to me. All right. So I'm going to add enough to where the daily limit is 1,000 per day. It's like 30 emails per email account that we have. And I believe that's all I need to do for now. And I'm just going to click launch, publish. Cool. All right, it's been a couple hours. I want to go through the campaign, see how many it's sent, if we got any positive replies, and see if we can actually book any meetings. So I have these replies coming in. As you can see, it kind of marks it for us where it says not interested or a wrong person, or it'll say that it's like an automatic reply. And so the only thing is that some of the gray ones, or even the ones that are just like automatic replies, sometimes it'll say it's an automatic reply or say it's the wrong person, but sometimes it is like someone that might be interested, or they're like, can you send more information? And I guess the AI or whatever is just not tracking that. And so I would look at all the responses as they come in. At least that's what I've seen. Here we have a positive reply, just a sure. So let's look at their website. I'm just going to do that by opening up this link right here. 60% of all PPC spend is wasted. This is PPC management. Okay, this looks like a marketing agency, but maybe also a software. Probably would be a good fit. So we already have their email and we can book them into a meeting. But what I like to do is I like to see a time that I'm free. I want to also look at their time zone. And anytime I send a confirmation or like trying to book in a specific time, I always try to do a yes or no question. Would you be free at this specific time tomorrow or Friday, right? And so all they have to do is say yes or no, and then I will book it in for them, rather than saying, hey, here's a link and you can book whenever you want, and then they never actually book because they don't want to click the link. Or saying, what's a good time Friday? And then they have to look at their calendar, all that stuff. I'll just say, how about 9:30 at 10 a.m. EST? Does that work for you? Yes or no? And then they can just say yes, right? And so it makes it a lot easier for them to reply. How do we make it as easy as possible for them to reply? Think about that. Cool. So I need to find out where they're located. I need to do that. I usually just look at the lead list I had. I'm going to do find, and we're going to try to find the email here. It's right there. Awesome. And so I'm going to look for LinkedIn profile. Asher, founder, blah, 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 blah. We'll see. He's in Phoenix, Arizona. I think Arizona changes. I think it's PST right now. Arizona time right now. Pacific time right now. So I'm free. 1 p.m. my time. 10 a.m. his time. We'll block it off right now just to make sure. Would you be free to chat with my partner at 10 a.m. PST Monday? I'm saying partner here because this email is being sent from Skylar. And so Skylar is now handing it off to Karsten Fox. So, hey, you can talk to my partner. When we're on the call, they're like, oh, I talked to Skylar. I'm like, oh, yeah, Skylar doesn't exist, but here I am with you now. So that's it. Simple question, yes or no, and then just send it off. We'll scroll down and see if we got any more. Again, a lot of automatics. Thank you for your email. I'm no longer with the company. no longer at that company, unsubscribe. Hey Nina, thanks for reaching out. I'm always curious about effective strategies, but I'd like to know more about what you're testing, the system you mentioned. Could you share some details? What kind of SaaS software are you working with? The specific outreach strategy you're using to generate 5 to 7 demos per day? What kind of testing you want to do with my software? So I'm going to respond with, hey, my SaaS is coldinfo.com. My partner is Carson Fox and Jaden Crowther. We have been using cold email and SMS to get demos. The main thing that's been working for us is offering a free trial in the outreach. And I just wanted to see if I could pitch your SaaS with some of the same strategies and book demos. If it works, maybe we can partner up. And then at the end, usually if they ask these questions and they want like, what company are you with? Can you give me more information? Anything like that, I usually will answer their questions and then still ask for the demo, still ask for a yes or no question so that you're kind of still taking charge of the conversation and we don't let it go stale. Ask another question, which is, when can we hop on a meeting, right? And so I'm going to see what his time zone is. He is also in Arizona, so we'll try to get him for Monday as well. Are you free to chat Monday at 10:30 a.m. PST? All right, awesome. So I set that off, and we're going to see if he replies, and usually this works pretty well. So it's been actually working really well for some of my other clients. And obviously these are calls for Monday and we want to make $200 per day. So what I did was over the past week and a half, as I told you yesterday, I've been kind of testing out different offers. And for a couple people, I was doing pay per appointments and just testing out that offer, pay per appointments. And I actually did book a good amount of appointments for some of my other clients using this exact cold email strategy. So I was doing it with another guy who was targeting credit unions and he was using a really interesting script. Maybe tomorrow I'll show you the best performing script for really tough niches if you want to see that. I mean, you can see how well this script works here. Hey, I'm available Friday morning after blah, blah, blah. My cell phone is blah, blah, blah. And so the script was working really well for him. And I booked him, I think 7 or 8 appointments. And he said 5 of the 7 or so were qualified and showed up. And so I asked him just to pay me for those appointments and I would give him a slight discount. So I was doing $150 per call. If he just paid today, I'll do $97 per call. So he paid me $485. So that's the profit we have so far today. But tomorrow's going to be full of sales calls. I have, oh my gosh, dude, all these sales calls tomorrow, back to back to back from 9:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. I'm going to be on calls. And because I did make some money today, more than my goal, I get to splurge and eat Raisin Canes.
Shut up.
What am I supposed to say? Hi.
Baby, you look good.